Hi everybody, I'm up at the orchard. The cherry trees are going in. Heidi's over there discussing how to deepen the woodland edge. So we want to create screening, but we're creating screening using viburnum prunifolium and some witch hazels, Hamamelis virginiana. Color combinations, a red and a yellow fall color. And then she's got the cherries and apple trees kind of scattered through there. And then a pathway of calacanthus going in with some lindera, and on the other side are elderberries. I think it's going to be a seeding area in the back. So Heidi's doing some detailing and pruning, and actually removing, in a scheduled way, buckthorn. So she's taking out quite a bit of the buckthorn first, letting the top raise, and there she is waving, and then we'll plant more native shrubs with fall color in front. So it's eventually getting rid of the buckthorn, transitioning from buckthorn and putting in the viburnums and hamamelis and linderas and calacanthus. So I thought I'd give you a quick view of what's happening. And then we're going to seed the top here in a fescue blend, fescue mix. Well, I have a fescue meadow basically, a good placeholder. And then the elevated gardens, raised beds are here, and those will get planted sometime in about 2 weeks with whatever's available. Right now they're moving garlic, actually harvesting the garlic. It'll be harvested in about 3 to 4 weeks. Okay, that's just a quick update, and we're trying to be informative as we can as we go and stage it in. And I'll show you the side too. There's some lindera there, and off to the shrubs are pruned. It looks like giant juji fruits, green juji fruits, but actually we're playing off that with the Corylus americana, hazelnuts and lindera. I think it's going to be interesting and activity fill. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Sorry for the shaky camera, but Dave's not here. I'm doing the videoing, and I'm a shaky hand with a shaky camera. Hi everybody, we're getting a fresh start on, it's a Monday, and Heidi's laying out the stairs we're just put in going up to the orchard, the fruit orchard and vegetable planting that's actually gotten planted the last few days. We had some heavy rain, and we also had some high winds. We had some big storms here in Lake Geneva area. And so Heidi's got the currants set up. There'll be an entranceway of currants. And then she's laying out the perennials and grasses that will be sweeping through the bottom and at the top. So how you feeling, Heidi?
I'm feeling really good. Hi everybody. You may remember we started this in the winter in the snow, kind of drawing out painting patterns on a nice,
here it's July 6th.
Cool, blustery day, but we are getting so close. This has been so exciting for me to see some completion. We have the fruit trees planted, we have some great design in vegetable beds, and now we're just finishing this berm from driveway up to leading up into the orchard, and it's been really fun.
How do you feel about the placement? I mean, I know you did some field adjustments, which is normal.
You know, things changed around a little bit. Things got smaller. And again, that's measuring from the beginning and not having, you know, like they say, your eyes are too big for your stomach. This is, your plants are too big for your garden. I have a lot of ideas, but the space has shrunk a little bit.
Well, it's so good you had the plan.
Right.
And you're working off the plan with your field adjustments.
Absolutely. And some of these shrubs, of course, are pretty small at the moment, but they will again fluff out before the season's even out, and then next year will look beautiful.
I like the Deer Villa, the Kodiak red. I think you got sweeping through there. That's like hazelnuts.
Right. And we've got these currants lining the pathway up. Owner, you know, had this kind of romantic dream of, I'd like to pick berries as I'm walking up the stairs, and yes, he can. They're in bloom. There's blackberry or black currants and red currants, and they are fruiting. So kind of fun to be able to.
It's a fun walk.
Yeah,
you're only going
fun to have
15 feet. You're eating and thinking about your vegetables, I guess, when you get to the top.
So we want, you know, the flowers are a nice mix with everything edible. So certainly some of these are not edible. Whoops. But I'm going to lay this one down so he doesn't lose it. But you can see the fruit right here. We've got some lovely black currants.
Oh yeah.
And they taste wonderful.
And that's the thing with the contractor, who's very good. He gave us time to lay things out. He's not rushing us and showing up and waiting for us to do these. He gave us an hour and a half to get a head start, which is really good. So it's a good working relationship.
Yeah. Well, why don't we come up here just for a quick second, and some of the plans that I had shown before on some of the other videos, if you don't refer back to them, you could, and you'd see what these look like. So these petals have become the vegetable pods that we were intentional about from the get-go.
That's the mounds, or the
Mounds,
petals.
yeah, we call that the petals. And owner has already put in his tomato bed here, some root vegetables, some climbing peas and peppers and squashes, and this one will be filled with rhubarb and maybe some asparagus. The onions that are growing there are actually garlic that he had from a previous garden, and instead of ripping them out, he's going to harvest them in about 2 weeks.
Oh, good.
And then, as we just said this morning, kind of jokingly but truthfully, it's opened up more space to plant. So we'll have to find something else to put there, maybe another tree.
Well, there's nothing wrong with opportunities.
No,
I think opportunities, you look for them.
Right, and the cages are new since I've been here from last week. So again, contractor is really busy checking in, getting things prepared. The cages are only here temporarily so that the trees will have a chance against the wildlife. We had a few get nipped early on when we planted. They were here that night, but that's what animals will do. The straw mat on the ground is actually covering and holding moisture for fescue seed that we planted that will also come in. And again, we don't want to mow this. It would be, a gambit of paths and crossways to try to mow it anyway. So it'll look lovely. Just a nice flowing
simple fescue meadow.
Yeah. And then in this back area, we're going to put a fescue or a grassery in today, which will be a combination of all sorts of heights and shapes and textures of different grasses and sedges. It'll be quite nice and a great backdrop for that wall.
Very good.
And again, blocking that
it's a
out.
nice transition into the woodland area too.
Yeah.
And
then
we have thoughts on that later.
Yeah.
Thinning and letting that little view through the woodland area.
Right. And that's kind of the front of the property line anyway. So coming into it, you'll see, something that's not unusual to the person walking past it or driving past it, but walking through it, you'll see a lot more design and texture to it. Back this way, we have berries surrounding the tree line, raspberries, blackberries, black raspberries, and mulberries. And then to the back, we'll be doing 2 more perennial beds back there.
That's your tall ones.
The tall, kind of a little more wildy, more natural look to it, like a Joe Pye, a helianthus. What else did we bring? We brought so many different.
Heleniums.
Heleniums,
tall millennia. And Brent,
grasses.
let's mention Brent's Horvaths from Intrinsic, Black Hawk, and Erpogan.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That nice
that's
color,
beautiful.
fall color.
Yeah, it's a real pretty bronzy color to it. So this garden will provide all year round pretty much. The beds in the winter will go to sleep with maybe some nice straw cover, or any sort of mulching for vegetable turnover, but the trees will do great in here. The grasses will come in as well into the fall with cooler weather. Over there we did more witch hazel, some calycanthus again, which is a beautiful bush with a beautiful bloom for most of the summer. Elderberries as well.
Elderberries are scattered through it.
And you name it, it's here.
There's a lot going on,
bush,
but with good composition.
I think
thoughtful
so.
composition.
I'm really happy.
That's important, thoughtful composition.
It was hard to think about on the paper in my dark little office all winter, sketching and resketching, and how many layers of tissue paper to put it on.
And you
this
had
is
fun. And it's fun.
It sure was.
It's fun to do. And
but it's great.
Here we are, like you said today.
Yeah.
It's all becoming real.
Right. It's really neat to see it actually happening. And the perennial beds that we did down front of the property are like in full bloom right now. So
I think later we'll go review those.
Yeah.
It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
About 3. We'll take a look at how that looks in 3 weeks.
Last week in June.
And I have to say, everybody, exciting is a pretty cool word to use. And the more often you use it, that's exciting. And I think Heidi's got something she put together here.
We haven't been tripped up on much, just weather was a little factor. And heat 2 weeks ago when we were planting in 100-degree heat, that's a challenge, but we got through it.
Yeah.
And when you can walk away from it and say that's behind you and then see what it's really, I think it's a success.
And the owner's excited. He's actually participating. He's getting the vegetables in. He's been growing on his porch, hasn't he?
Yes. All these were grown in pots on his porch.
So that's cool too.
All
right, well, I'll let you get back to laying things out, and then we'll talk a little later.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks.
All right,
Thanks,
see you
everyone.
later.
Bye.
Well, it's always fun to discover something on a client's property. Heidi's walking through a pathway with Guillermo, And she discovered, as we were down below at the lower level of the property with the perennial gardeners, she discovered a clearing and thought about a pathway from the lower level up to the upper level other than the main pathway going down. So it's a nice little woodland trail, and she's showing Guillermo just for the future. It's something probably to do in 3 to 4 months or something during the fall to clean up and enhance through the year. So she's showing Guillermo the pathway, but that's how things are discovered. It's imagination. You know, I told her that a lot of people would be happy with getting done what they get done, and it's off to lunch. But she turned around and just out of imagination saw the pathway, saw the way up, and you'll see as I turn around, it turns right into the orchard, the fruit orchard and vegetable garden comes out here, and that's where the seating area will be. So you never think, boy, we're done. There's not really an ending to something. It's always the possibilities of what's next. So go ahead and share that with everybody. Thanks.